What's up everyone, Sammy back here again for part 2 of Tuesday's Slotomania. Sorry, got that. So I hope you're all keeping well and staying safe. So as we sort of left, we got some free spins. We got a big win before the free spins, but like I say, we didn't sure really get sort of anything apart from that really. So yeah, so let's just sort of continue with this in a minute. And like I said, I'm going to just do 25 spins in this, and then what I'll do is I'll probably sort of go on the jackpot games, because obviously the jackpot games you get a chance to go on the wheel, and then on the wheels you could get some big money. So like I say, we'll see what the sort of jackpots are and see what games are sort of good on for the jackpots. Even though we don't get them jackpots, but like I say, you just never know. So you never know. But anyway, good. So. And like I say, hope you're all well and staying safe, and you know, making sure you're sort of following the guidelines in whatever country you're sort of living in. And obviously, you know, as things are in the UK at the moment, not great. So, but let's just hope things get better sort of soon. But like I say, things are going to get worse before they get better. So, touch wood and all that. So, hopefully things do get better. But anyway, so it's sort of been a bit of a funny sort of day today, and obviously just going back to sort of yesterday, I sort of give you a couple of sort of stories sort of thing. I might give you a story in a minute, and it's like, you know, sort of quite a sort of few I can sort of think of. I can sort of give you some sad stories, which I sort of don't want to do. I can give you some sort of funny stories and that lot. So yeah, but I sort of, I don't know. I'm sort of trying to think of some funny ones, like I say. I mean, it's like it's sort of like a sad story, and sort of, you know, I mean, it's sort of like, I mean, what I'll do is I might as well just tell you. Yeah, so it's obviously not so many years. What's it? Not so many years ago. A few years ago. Sort of about say 7 years ago now, I think. Oh, just as I sort of say that, we'll get to the free spins first, and I'll get back to the sort of little mini story in a bit. So that be sort of goes. There we go. So let's hope we can do this sort of a little bit better on the spins wise. And like I say, not sort of, like I say, you don't always get the big wins, like I say, but I mean, them two, well, a few times I've sort of been on there and had a few wins, but it is by chance, like I say. I'm not sort of really sort of winning much at the moment. No, it's not giving me much. But never mind, like I say, you can't win them all. so it's sort of only sort of like a 2 billion. So yeah, so sort of getting back to I wasn't going to do another 25 spins. Let me just come off this a minute. Sorry, I do apologise. Cat, you and your bloody tail, get out of the way. Bloody cats. So let's have a look at the jackpot. So we got, I mean, Temple, Princess. There's a lot of roll. So Silver Line sort of okay. I imagine probably the obvious one to go on, obviously, because it's not the biggest one. Oh, straight bullseye, 204 bill. Trillion, sorry. Calavera Express, that's one of my favourites. Wow, Spin Sesame is completely different. So yeah, so what we'll do is actually, we'll go on a bit of Calavera Express then. No, actually, no, we'll go on straight bullseye. We'll go on that. We had a bit of that yesterday, quite a lot. So like I say, we'll have a bit of this and a bit of Calavera Express, and we'll go from there. So I'm not going to bet 500, like I say, but I just sort of, it'd be easier to do that. So, getting back to the sort of little story. So, no, it's 6 years ago. So sort of 6 years ago, sort of like, sort of received some bad news from sort of, I can't remember who sort of told me now. I think it was closest cousin at the time, Luke. Basically, sort of told me, and then sort of my best mate told me when he passed away. Like I said, I remember sort of him sort of phoning me up and his dad sort of like died in front of his eyes, had a heart attack sort of thing. That's, you know, obviously horrible and stuff. And then sort of like, I think because we just sort of, in other words, we sort of like reminisced on the sort of good times we sort of had, me, him and Luke and stuff and that line. And I sort of remember at the sort of the time, because I stayed down there for a few days, obviously for obvious reasons, because obviously I wanted to pay my respects, and obviously being my best mate at the time, to pay respect to his dad, so he was sort of good to me as well. So And we sort of, because he sort of lived in a different sort of area, he's lived in the same sort of town, or whatever you want to call it, city, or I don't know. And we sort of went back to where we sort of like used to live, sort of thing, back in the town. Well, it's Market Harbour, basically. That's what the town's called. Oh, we got 3 spins again. Happy days. Sorry, I keep stopping and starting with this, but it's the way it is. So yeah. So like I say, and basically, I mean, there's not really much of a story to it. All I can say is, like I say, I remember sort of one day we sort of just, you know, we went down to where we sort of used to live, because we used to live in the same street. And like I say, we sort of went from sort of place to place. We sort of used to go sort of like when we used to go to sort of the garage and get used to have fizzy drinks and stuff like that, because there was no sort of shops near us. Sort of the closest shop sort of near us was sort of where near my auntie used to live, or going to the sort of town itself, sort of thing. There was no shops around, or to the garage. That was sort of our sort of shop in the day. And we sort of talk about things and stuff, and you know, sort of like getting sweets and all that, and obviously, you know, prices from then to now, sort of like just, I mean, you usually be able to go sort of in a shop and get sort of like a bag of crisps for like 25p, sort of like now, sort of like they cost like 40-50p for a bag of crisps, which is stupid in its own, but anyway, so it's a different story. So, and we're sort of like walking away sort of thing, and sort of like smiling and talking and stuff now, and you just think, God, the times we used to come here sort of like every Saturday, Sunday, and just buy a load of crap, sort of like for like a Panda Pops drinks, and oh, we got 3 spins again. Lovely jubbly. Happy days. We'll crack on with that, but I'll continue the story anyway. So yeah, so like I say, and then sort of like we sort of went down the street where we used to live, sort of down Wanham Park Road, and it was just sort of nice seeing every little detail, from like going past the park to sort of on the bench where we sat, and yeah, it just sort of takes you back, sort of thing, and sort of have a sort of think about it now, sort of. I mean, it's sort of a little bit emotional in me, because obviously now my best mate is not with me anymore because of what happened. So, and it just sort of takes you back, really, sort of like I say, and it's just really, really nice, and sort of thinking of old memories. We used to sort of like when we used to go into the park, because the park was really, really big where we used to live, sort of thing. It's really, really big. There's sort of like quite a big play area, sort of like where sort of like people go like swings, slide, and you know, all the like climbing frames, you know, all the sort of things you sort of see in the park anyway. And then sort of like right next to it was sort of like a massive field. It could literally be a football pitch. It's that big. It was really, really big. So, and sort of these times sort of like used to go there, sort of play, even sort of like used to play golf, even though we shouldn't have been, because the sort of like the gatekeeper or the groundskeeper, whatever you want to call it, would sort of like not approve of it, sort of catch us sort of playing golf, would like run away and that lot. So sort of stuff like that, and you know, go past old homes and stuff, and it just sort of brings you back, really. So yeah, so like I say, it's sort of like, it's, you know, it's really, really nice, and it's sort of sad to obviously now knowing that he's not around anymore, and obviously, you know, what's happened with the family, and sort of like we don't really sort of talk to that's my cousins anymore, or the Green family anyway, don't really sort of talk to them anymore. I mean, I don't care to, I mean, none of them will watch me play this anyway, so it doesn't matter if I mention it or not, to be fair, so I don't care. So, and if they do watch it, they know how I feel about them anyway, so, you know, they stab me in the back, quite literally, in other words, but like I say, it is what it is. So, you know, the old saying, blood's thicker than water, but I'm sorry, you know, it is what it is. You know, you do the dirty on me, I'll do the dirty on you. I never did anything back in return, like I said, but I'm not going to go into that, because like I say, I just bored me to death. So yeah, so, and then like I say, and then obviously a few years on, obviously, and then sort of lost my best mate, and then that sort of obviously hurt, and obviously you can imagine how bad it is when you lose somebody that's sort of close. I know it's not family, but you know, you're still like a brother to me, sort of thing, like I say, and you know, just like I say, it is what it is. So, and obviously, and now I'm in a sort of a good place now, sort of thing, with, you know, there's times obviously when I do think about him, you know, God bless his soul, and I miss you know, lots and stuff and that, and but now sort of happy now, obviously, now it's sort of like, you know, I think as you sort of get older, you appreciate more what you've got in your life, in other words, and you tend to sort of mellow out a little bit, and I sort of have done in a way, really. And obviously I've got a beautiful fiance and a beautiful sort of like future son-in-law, and so it's sort of, you know, and sort of, obviously I'm engaged, but obviously the downfall is obviously I can't see neither of them because of the COVID situation. So yeah, so But it just sort of takes you back, really, doesn't it? And like I say, it's so that, yeah, but it's not really much of a story. It's just sort of like stuff we used to do, you know, stuff that we sort of did, and it just goes to show how things can sort of happen in the space of years, you know. Sort of like 6 years ago, sort of he loses his dad and dies in front of his eyes, and then sort of like 3 years after that, sort of like lose him, sort of thing, and you know, and it's sort of really hard. And it's actually, believe it or not, it's actually sort of coming up sort of next month that, you know, it'll be a nice mega win there. I do apologise, like I say that. And I've also done the second daily dash as well, as you can see. So yeah, so like I say, it's sort of sad times. I do apologise for the sad story. Like I said, I didn't mean to be, like I say, but you've got to sort of try to explain what the situation is. But there's a lot more to the story than, like I say, which I'm not going to bore you to death with. So, but anyway, but I've got plenty more stories to sort of tell you in the future. And like I say, you know, the old school days to the and this and that. So, but like I say, but I will tell you other stories in the future. Trust me, I've got loads of other stories. So, like I say, but so I won't just say too many. But like I say, yeah, so happy days. So we got a nice mega win there. As I sort of never really talked about it there. I do apologise because I was off on about my start. But anyway, so we're getting close to this dash done. We've got about just over 3.5 minutes left, just under 3.5 minutes. So happy days. So yeah, like I say, so originally I was born in Leicester, so I was born in Leicester and sort of lived in Leicestershire, so part of my life, and then sort of lived in Lincolnshire for a bit, for 10 months to be precise. That's where I got sort of like my first school crush, as you'd like to sort of say, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so and it's good. I mean, it's sort of memories and stuff, because I mean, I went up because I lived in Skegness for, like I say, 10 months, and sort of some of the best moments of my life, believe it or not, in that 10 months was then, I suppose. You know, had a lot of fun times with a certain woman called Jade. Back in the day, it was only teenagers now, literally young teenagers. We had some, we had some fun. We got some more spins. We're getting sort of a lot of sort of spins at the moment. So that's the second daily dash complete. So that is brilliant. So I'm happy with that.
Excellent shot.
So, and the last and third last daily dash is leveled up twice. So happy days. So yeah, like I say, we had some sort of fun times in Lincolnshire, and then obviously we usually go sort of Cygnus once or twice a year if we can. But obviously at the moment things are sort of tough in there, so we can't sort of go. But we sort of went last year, sort of. After, I think this was sort of like after the first lockdown was sort of like done, I think it was. So that was this year actually. No, it was last year. So yeah, so we went there, and obviously Skegness Market and stuff like that, which is like really good. And Ingermells Market, sorry, because that's where we went. And obviously sort of see an old face working, sort of works in the market, sort of thing. He's like in his mid-20s now, I think he is. So I've known him since he was like a little child, sort of thing, you know, since he was like 3 or 4 years old. So it's quite scary. And then sort of like we're sort of talking this and that. Oh, we've got a nice coin feature, 1.64 billion now for every coin we get. So happy days. Yeah, and he's sort of telling me, and like I said, you know, who's still, because we used to live in a place called Fir Tree Farm, and that was sort of brilliant. And I said, who still lives there then? And I said, oh, so me and my dad sort of lived there, and Carl and Colin and stuff. And I was like, oh, brilliant. So sort of old people we used to sort of live with. And yeah, and I said, I basically sort of that going to, basically what I'm getting to is at the point is, and I said, yes, I remember sort of the good old days, like sort of hanging out with Jade and this and that and that. And I said, well, Jade's funny. I said, so last time I heard she was moving to Manchester, and then the person who sort of told me who was working on there was that. He said, no, she still lives there, she still lives in Fir Tree Farm. I said, you're joking? I said, yeah, this is wow, so it just takes you back. But I'd never go back there, because obviously, you know, like I said, that was just like when I was like 13, 14, so sort of those just school days. So like I say, but I mean, the woman I'm with now, I mean, I love her to the moon about a million times. So like I say, so we're going to go over 15 minutes again, people, and like I said, I apologise, but once these spins are done, once this coin feature is done, we shall stop there. But like I say, we shall do what we can do. So it's good to, like I say, reminisce and that, like, remember good old times and stuff and that, like, but, and like I say, but yeah, then obviously what else he told me, sort of thing, you know, apparently she's a heroin addict, and I'm like, oh my god, so it's just, like I say, it's good, but not to know that she's, you know, it's nice to know that she's sort of still in sort of Lincolnshire, but it's not good to know that what she's going through, but at the end of the day, I don't care for her anymore, so like I say, but it, you know, it is what it is, so it's all good, so yeah, so it looks like we're going to sort of be... Oh, that's a shame. So what I'll do is now, people, I shall stop now. So like I say, just going to 15 minutes, coming up to 16 minutes now. So like I say, do apologise for the long video, but like I say, people. So you all take care and stay safe. And I should be back again sort of soon. But like I say, I'm just going to sort of... stop there for now, and like I say, I should be hopefully back later on, people, so swing by YouTube to Fatboy Si, and I shall catch you all soon, so take care, stay safe, and catch you all later on. Bye bye all.